Hello, my name is Russell Scott from scottcarvings.com, and today I'm going to carve out my new Mr. and Mrs. Pilgrim that just came out. Here is the final product. Put them aside, and then it comes with, of course, handouts. And today, or right now, I'm going to start with Mr. Mr. will be more difficult because he has more, well, she also has the hands. We got to take care of the hands. Let's take that out of the way. And the hat and everything. But what I want to do is the first step is, of course, start roughing him out. Now, one of the things that you'll notice between the two here, I'll tell you right out, is this little base has been put on, and my rough out guy, I did not put a base on him. He put a base on so he can be able to stick the screw in there to hold it. And unfortunately, now the thing is that what I'm going to do is what I did here was I used that and made him a little taller. He's just a little taller. Okay. Oops, there goes my pencil. Tells you how perfectly flat this table is. And so what we're going to do is cut that out. And even though I add a little extra length, they still are, let me see if I can, okay, put it together here. I mean, it's still a good, I mean, he is a little taller. As a matter of fact, my first wife was even shorter than that, and I was taller than that. My grandparents were exactly the same. I got the height from my grandfather, and he married a woman that was 5'1". They'd walk down the street, and everybody would say, "What a pair." Anyway, so we're going to use this. So some of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with just taking the pencil like I do with my others. Let me see if I can move in a piece here. And I'll start with the hat. What I want to do is I want to put the pencil mark here because I don't want to put it here. I want the pencil mark here. Maybe some more zooming in, just a little bit. I think it's better because I have less shade. And so that's what I'm going to go around like this. Now he does not have an ear, but there's enough there to put an ear in. Now one of the things I mentioned for my other rough outs, you'll notice this thing has a little whoops-a-daisy on it. And so does the misses. I'll show you that next time I carve. The reason why I like to carve these out, as a matter of fact, both of them also, this is not as bad as the one that I use for this. And you know, I would point out where it is, but you know what? I don't even remember because it painted out very well. The same with her. I'll show you next time when I carve her out. So just ignore that because I don't like to send this kind of stuff to the customers, as it were. Even though, and a lot of you carvers, I know there's a lot of you carvers that are very good, and you can paint it, and it's almost like it's not even there. And usually I saw off the little tip there usually, and so we still have to cut a little bit of that off and get around the face here. Make the face as wide you want to go. When we start cutting into the face, I'll talk about it then, is we cut into the hair and not into the face. Because if you cut into the face, all of a sudden his face is starting to look really thin. Now we're right here. Get a little bit of chin in there. I could have at least picked a pencil that had a a real eraser. Because there's a book holding the Bible. I think I need to pull this just a little bit towards me. Now I'm going to have just enough for the fingers. Now here you can see that the hand comes down. So I still want to get a little bit of the fingers, and I can cut this back. Now I have the fingers together. I think it'd be, I'm going to keep with that. The fingers touching each other. Where's the center here? You will also notice that they are turned away. Here it is flat, and he's turned to the left, our left. She is, there it is straight, and she's turned to the right, our right. So that you would have this kind of a thing where they would, if you put them together, they kind of almost look at each other, tilt them a little bit. This is the thing that I've told other people, is that then you could do this, where they just came to the group, and she sees her posse, and he sees his posse, and they're gonna go do their, whatever they got to do. Another thing is you can have them together like this. They're together like they're talking, but you have the head turned a little bit towards you, like you're part of the conversation. So the head is turned slightly, in his case, that way to our left. And I'll just put that line in there to make sure that we don't forget that. And then I continue penciling in. Now the thing here is, here's the cuff, and here's that. Now, what I'm trying to do with the hand is, see the hand is bent. Fingers are straight that way, are that way, and the hand is that way. And that's on both sides. We want to keep that on because it wraps around the Bible right there. And you also notice we want to make sure we leave a little bit for that thumb before we get carried away. Make sure, here's the hand. Still, I need to get closer here. Now we want to make sure, what's going to happen is that we'll leave this to the detailing. We won't do this while we're shaving this. The Bible's about this big. I mean, you can make it as big as you want. Here's the hand, and there's the thumb. And what's going to happen is, when we get into the detailing, we're going to put a little crease here, a separation crease, and then here's that, and there we are there. Same here, just a little bit. Make sure we got the thumb. I got to put this in, the cuff and the crease. I'm going to come around. All right, and then put the. Now, the thing I have mentioned with my other rough outs, I learned this from a student in the Floyd Radigan class. And what he did was, instead of, because what we're going to do is, after this, we're going to take the V tool to it and to prioritize, finalize the parts of it. And he took his knife and he went like this, and it was just all one blob, almost like like you're taking a block of wood and starting from scratch. And that's why we want to do the V cuts first. Pencil first, and then V cuts, pardon me. Now here, we want the hair to come down. And then we got this, we got the collar. And the collar goes up. It's more rounded, it isn't, there's no, yeah, I have it rounded. I don't have it going like a bump or a valley, but it comes around and down, around and down. And there's the neck, and we'll be handling the neck then. Now this, yeah, you could take a little bit or leave that. That takes a lot of oomph. What we want to do is we want to get the furs off. the furry stuff off. Okay, and he's got the belt. Now I painted this, and then we got the belt, and the rest of the collar. And what we're going to do is, like I said, I painted him, instead of black, you can do the black. But one of the things that people really like, and I've seen, is this deep forest green and this brown. I think that's a burnt sienna. Same with her. It's in, well, she's just pure brown with white, of course, in the pumpkin. But you can paint it black, even though I know I got somewhere on there. I've got, I mean, this one was much worse than this one, having this black spot, and I can't see it, and I don't even remember. So if you have that opportunity to get, you know, like in a raffle or something at any of your shows, somebody giving away and they got this big black spot on it, it's still worth it. Okay, let's get that center line in. Sorry, the center line, of course, is, whoops, I was looking at the camera while I was drawing. Which is the center line, of course, is different from the face. All right, I'm going to put the belt buckle. Now we'll put that in. I'll put a little white, and then when it comes to detailing, you could put this in if you want. Put a V in, yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, we're getting down. Of course, the pants is obvious, or bottom of the coat. Now the pants, I got him just a little bit there. And it comes down. Okay, now here's what I'm going to do. What's going to happen? You can, if you want. First of all, before I say this, leave the face alone. He is done, because when we start doing this, we're going to be putting a lot of energy into it, and the V-tools, and we're going to put a lot of energy. When you get to the face, we're going to have to just take that easy. So the face is going to be relatively last. I mean, we might play with it a little bit, but what's going to happen with the feet is, what we're going to do is just simply take the knife and just cut straight down, and then this becomes the feet. This becomes the feet, and then all of this is going to disappear. You can wait if you want, or because sometimes I would just dive right in, because we're pushing a lot, and there we are. All right, let's get her started. What I'm going to do is just getting you started, and I'm going to turn the camera off, because what happened, because I just don't want to waste your time, you watching me just shaving things off. I'll just get you started. Again, we'll start with the hat. I'm leaning towards the hat. I'm taking from the hat, not from the face. I'm taking from the hat. Same here. Coming around. Not going to go this way because of the green. Like I said, I left enough for ear if you want to put ears in. I'm not going to. You can see my other videos where I got ear. Here, I'm just going to get this started. Oh, I forgot. His hat buckle. Now, as legend says, that the Vikings really, did I say Viking before? That the Pilgrims really never had a hat like this. I think later on, when they came over, you know, the Puritans and all that wore this, but as far as the Pilgrims themselves did not. That's what I was understood. Oops. Now I'm taking from the hat brim, because there's plenty of brim here. And then I have to go this way because of the green. Get the fingers out of the way. Taking from the brim. Okay, I'll stop there. Let's just get... Now this is going to be difficult. Be careful. This is with the green, which means it could easily pop off. I think the buckle's still wide. We can fix that later. And I'm going to away from the buckle into the hat. I think I'm going to have to use the knife for that. So at least we got that in. We got that secure. Same here. I'm going to give a little bit of extra chin. Chinny chin chin. And then I'm going to take from this piece and not from the Bible. Keep the Bible. Keep the Bible. There. Now I have my Mr. and Mrs. Bride and Groom, and I changed them up into Mr. and Mrs. Pilgrim. And I have to cut out pieces to my Bride and Groom. I'll leave that to later. My Bride and Groom, to make them a Mr. and Mrs. Pilgrim. And the thing is in order to, when somebody purchases or starts carving, and I got to have little pieces parts, the Bible and the hat, and you can kind of tell that this is kind of a secondary thing for the bride and groom, because I had the hand come down, and that's what I had in the groom, is just simply he had his hand down. And then where you can carve in and put that little piece of wood, square piece of wood, the Bible. And in his other hand, he had the other hand down, and then I got the brim and the piece of the brim in the hat, and you can shove it up. And the thing is, I'm getting to the point, I don't know if it's age or just getting tired of continually having to cut out pieces parts. I just want, and that's why I made this so it's a solid. I don't have to add anything. One of them's my Viking on the Rocks, and I am discontinuing him. I think, I don't know, but when you hear this, I got actually right now all I have are 2 left with broken antlers or horns, and I'm going to put that up for price, a good price, a get rid of price. And I still got the horn, so you can glue it on, but of course probably by the time, if you've seen this right away as I put it up, then you'll have a chance. But right now, and I just don't want pieces parts anymore. I had a Santa with birds. I got just tired of having cut out birds. Just all of these extras. Santa with it. Well, I still got Santa with a candle, and you're just going to have to get your own candle. And I got the gnome with a. There's where the elbow is. I should start there. And I put this in. This is not just a detail. This is more of a rounding thing. So I can round the top and round the forearm. Let's put the cuff in. Same with this. This is, the cuff, putting the cuffs in is important right now, because that, you don't want this to have that smoothed out. And there's going to be a 3-dimensionality to it. See, I lift up the cuff a little bit. There's even some pilgrims that kind of almost look like, what do you call it, woodsman kind of a thing. Be careful I didn't do that. Why don't I take care of that? Let me do this first. Has like a woodsman outfit on. Here, there's the elbow, is right there. Now let's do that. Let's just commit to that thumb. That's what I was trying to say, commit to. So make sure I just take a hunk out of there to show that the Bible is has a back there. And there I did the thumb. Now I got my camera set on high resolution, so it shuts down after about 10 minutes. I got to keep watching, and I don't know where it shut off at. I was doing the thumbs. I want to commit to the thumbs, the Bible, and just take this little hunk out of it just to kind of commit and show that there's depth to the Bible instead of it just being this big square blob. And I want to make sure I get the buckle in. Like I said, the buckle is probably much wider than I wanted. I want to get this in too. But we can always fix it later. Just want to make sure we commit to it. We don't shave it off. And now we get to the back. The back is quite simple. Cut away from the shoulder to the elbow. It goes away. Let's get something in for the belt. I think I might have the belt a little too thin here. There. Now what I want to do, after we'll put all this in, I'll do this kind of quick. So I want to take from the coat, because there's plenty of that we're going to have to clean up anyways, and same with here. I want to take from the foot. I want to leave as much pants okay, I want to get, this is one of the things I really want to get into in showing you is, well, I don't think we really need, we'll be getting deeper than that. I probably waste my time doing that. Same with here. Well, go so I can get make sure I don't take from, that's even. Okay, get out of there. Knife time. And that's what I do right away. Let the chips, pieces, parts fly. Make sure your fingers are out of the way. There'll be some cussing and some red paint. Make sure don't pry. So we got this committed. All right. Now we can shape the foot perfectly later, but if we can get a good start on it, is what we want to do. Right now it looks like kind of Herman Munster's boot, Frankenstein's boot. Now I can come back with this. Okay, here's what we want to do. This is the careful part now. Let's put the foot in. See the foot of the boot. Now what I'm looking for here, I'm going to draw the center line, is something like this. It's got to be careful we don't do that instead of straight up and down. He's got to be as back. That's got to be as back as possible. If you have it too forward, then it'll tip backwards. So, and then goodbye, goodbye. And you know what I'll do is I'll leave that to you here. Let's show you to put the feet cuts in. And then you go ahead and snap that out of there. Just to remind myself that goes away. Okay, very quickly, we're going to begin to not cut. I'm going to put this in. And this is straight. Here you're going to take That's still kind of straight. You don't want to take too much from any of it. Anybody there. Here, I call it using my L tool. Take your V tool and put it down like this. Okay, I think I got, like I said, leaving the face, I got most of everything. And then what we're going to do is just start in trimming it up. Now again, I'm going to just get it started, and I'm going to go away, shut her down, and do this myself so you can do it yourself. You just don't want to see me shave something, you know, just shave. There's no shaping or anything. Let's see how much of that. Yeah, I probably won't be able to. Well, you know, that's what I did was, see how I put these dents in it? I wonder if I take my round tool, I'll probably take a good chunk of that out of there. Oops. I forgot this. Did I do that on the other side? Yes, I did. I forgot. Okay, you go ahead and dig in. Let me back out a little bit. All you're doing now, don't put the fingers in, just shave it, just smooth out. Just taking you can take the little nub off, just shave it up, and you take this piece off. That's the only real power housing you got to do there. And up here, power housing. But just shave it up, and I'll be back and start putting in details. All right, let's get back to it. I did clean this up quite a bit. It's not 100% perfect. I left the face, of course. And let's just do a little bit of zoom in and make myself comfortable right here. If I therefore curve this way, go that way. There we get. All right, get a little close to me here. All right, let's go on. You can see the Bible is a little odd shape. We'll get to that. Like I said, just wanted to clean it up and get going. I got the buckle going. It's a good thing I gave it a lot, because we want the buckle to line up to the head. So I got some extra there. And the other thing that I did was I gave a little more, or left a little more on the feet here, because we were going to do a boot with a buckle. So sort of something like this, and come down. Now we'll get to it. I'm just kind of feeling it. I don't know if that's the best way to put it. Just, I mean, there's still more to go. I'm just kind of feeling it. And then of course I want to do this just in case if I get back down into the foot and I start getting wacky happy, whatever. And so at least commit and make sure that's left for that. And then we can put the buckle in there. In which I did not on this. I think what happened was I got too much and carved all that out, and oops, I forgot. And so you could do it this way too. So you don't have to have it as a boot. You can have it as just have that as just a shoe with a buckle. Oops. I want to make it so there's not that much shadowing. Is that better? Well, there's some shadowing. I just have to deal with it. Now, sort of keep him in. How can we keep him in frame so we can maybe compare? All right, the key elements is not only shaping. We're going to get to the face, of course. The hat, the fingers, and the boots is the key elements. And of course, I'm going to start putting some dents in there. Let's start with the hat. And what I want to do, as a matter of fact, I got my tools here. I thought I was ready. Well, let's do this one right here. No, not that one. What I want to do is thin the hat. There we go. I got my little drake here, which is about, is it number 2? and it's about a 15. I want to say 15. And we're just going to take some of that meat off of there. And thin the hat, and be careful. As I've said, both of these, Mr. and Mrs., we got, let me move my chair over. We've got plenty on the face. We want to take away from the whatever is on the face. Keep the face, give it more face. Now what I did, you don't have to have this thin. As I get this done here, it's just not working out. I gotta move this. There we go, that's better. I try to get it so it's perfect, but right. Work it up. Just a little bit more. There we go. Let's say, well, gee whiz, why didn't you have that all set up so we would watch that? Well, thought I did. Now when you cut, just do a little bit of a slicing, not too much of a slicing, because you don't want it to slip. Oops. Well, that's because it's got still attached. That's okay. A little bit okay here. Now I just want to cut these pieces off. I don't want to push. I don't want to push hard. Just to take the piece out. I don't want it so hard that there goes the hat. Just enough. And you can still use the knife. I mean, a knife could do that too. I just like to use some of my, well, I bought some of these tools. I might as well use them. But I like the way you can push. Ooh, careful. Let's do this. Yeah, the grain is in the wrong direction. I think we'll get more shaping. Well, I might as well do it now. Just take a piece at a time. And I gotta move both the camera and the light is the problem. Sorry, I'm wasting your time. That's a, there we go. So we're gonna have to play with the hair a little bit. That's one thing that I've learned somewhat recently is you want to use the flat of your knife, the blade of your knife, and not the tip. Now we're going to be using the tip in detail. Get the thumb out of the way. So I'm just going to show you, and because what we want to do when we're done, get some sharpness and maybe even a little bit of taking the tip of the knife and going in there. You can do that now if you want. I'll do that at the detailing stage. Just want to get more lumber off. Again, see where the head is here? Did I pay attention? Yes, I did. I did pay attention. See how the hair comes up, and then that's where the head is. So a lot of that's got to come out. That's my rough out guy couldn't get the router bit in there. This is one of those places where you have to take a lot of lumber off. Careful. Piece, I better do piece at a time. Oh, what I could do, where's my V or my L? Is what I could do here. Probably could have done that over in the back. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Same with the side. I won't play too much. I just want to clean it up a little bit. I want to be careful. I don't play too much with the head till we're ready to focus on the head. I just want to focus on the hat. All right, let's see if it would have worked. No, it wouldn't have worked anyways because I couldn't get in there. I could probably get a chunk. Well, not worth it. Now keep in mind, pardon me, where's the nose? Because the head is turned, whoops, straight. I think it went off. Still went off. There's the back. So that's the, and this time I did bring a pencil with an eraser, and it's one of my WillockWoodcarving.com from Chris Willock. He had a bunch of these to hand out. I glad I grabbed a couple. I used all of them. That's as a matter of fact, it's an old pencil. And I asked him, I'm down to my last pencil. Nope, they're all gone. And he isn't going to get any more. Wish he did. Now we're getting there. Let's go over this way. I think the light is better, yeah. But we'll come back for detailing because we are going to have to. Now I'm not sure if when it's shut down. Camera shut down on me for some reason. Oh yeah, every 10 minutes. Okay, I tried to fix that. Just in case, I'll edit it if I'm wrong. It's just that's where we were. It's just getting to the point of getting the head a little bit. I did a little bit of the face, but we'll do that when it's time to do the face. And that's what I had to do, is take the knife and come underneath, just in case if the camera's shut down. I gotta look up once in a while. And what I was mentioning was, you see how I have the hat? It doesn't have to be thin. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make it come to a point so it gives the impression that it's a thin hat. Thin brim, pardon me. And the reason why we want to do this is that we don't want it too thin that it'll break very easily. I mean, I think if I drop that, it'll still break. But I still want to thin it quite a bit. Oh, goodness. And we want to be careful about whomping down at the hat near the brim, because you don't want to snap down onto your hand. Knife hits the hand. It has been done. If I can, I'm taking most of the lumber off and move it so we can move on. And I would like to move on. I can probably work on it a little later, but at least it'll get you. It's getting there, and almost to the point of maybe that's good enough. Before I do that, I want to get to the brim, or the brim stage. At least let's clean it up. Use your L. Same here. Pull some of that back. L this way. And the hat. Oops. Watch the green. Trim a little bit of that. L towards the brim. And we're getting there. So it's more of a, whoops, watch the green. I think I am against the green now. Where I want to be against the green is, I don't want to be with the green. With the green, it'll pop right off. Right off in there. verifying that the buckle is here and here. Now the thing that's going to be difficult is getting a V in there because it is going in the wrong direction. Same with the hat. There at the top of the hat, or top of the buckle, onto the hat. I'm going to take out that little piece here. Now I want to, after I clean this a little bit, what I want to do is let's get this in. Now the thing is this is where we're really running fast here. I'm trying to get this all in. Hopefully I don't slip up or give you a bad bill of goods and say it goes this way and it doesn't. And so I make the buckle. Where's the buckle? I think the buckle might be off a little bit. I think it's still on. Then, right there, there's where the, be careful in drawing, the brim seems to push against the pencil and goes up. Okay, V, or actually L tool, so you're going to turn the V into an L. So we want it into the hat, away from the belt. Oops, I think I may have gotten into the belt a little too much here. And again, let's see if I can, whoops, use the L as a flat edge chisel. Same here. Watch the grain. I mean, you know, it's in the wrong direction when it looks like it's catching. Like there's a lot of detail, a lot of fixing. And I'm not sure how much of your time I want to waste. It just gets to some of the detail, or some of the major portions, so I can get into the details and we can come back later if it's not right. Is what I'm hoping for. Just for you to get the gist of it. See, now there's a separation between the belt and the hat on this side. Well, there's on this side too, but I want to. Be careful. Now there goes the green, is going that way then. So we got to come down. Now part of the taking off of the fur, I took it off the top of the hat. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to kiss it in an angle here. Just a little bit. So flip it over. And the hat is pretty well, with the exception if there's any more shaping to do. I think the brim, I could clean it up a little before we move on, because I do want to move on. Keep moving. And if there's any more shaping to do, we can do that later. Just in case, if we believe, I think we believe the hat brim is basically as thin as we would want it. Let's make sure it's perfectly round. Take off these little extras here you may have. Don't womp down on it. And I'll come back later for cleaning. Oh, I forgot. Use your L tool away from the buckle into the, away from the buckle into the square. And again, be careful, we're going in the wrong direction here. And we'll come back and clean that up later. Moving along. Moving down. I'm going to leave some. I'll just get this started a little bit. The collar has this swoop. See that swoop? That bend? And again, I won't take too much off of the hair and all that, because we'll come back to the head. Swoop, scoop, swoop and scoop. Careful, I don't. Now, I don't know when this shut down. All of a sudden I looked up and that dang Bing is on instead. So anyways, like I said, I went here just in case. I'm trying to remember to edit it out. I'll do the other side here. We just cleaned it, put a little bit of shadowing in there, and then I want the belt to come out because he's not round like Santa. So the belt is coming out. And so the belt is pulling his shirt in. So we'll work our way over. Oops. Elbow was in the way and I couldn't. And again, we'll come back a little later when it comes to cleaning up and sharp detailing. Right now, let's get the gross detailing in. Okay, like I did, was it's clean. Like I said, use as much as the flat edge on that tip. Instead of it being a straight down tip, use as much of the edge on that tip. Oops. And we want to come down here. Now the belt, I think what we need, I got to come back on that, is I need roundness. I think I lacked on the other side. I need roundness because it's got to be going around. Okay, same. You know, the thing is a lot of these classes, online classes or whatever, I hate it when they do that. They get in there and then, oh, let's get that out. Then don't do that. Do that. I was just scraping the tip. The tip is very important. You don't want to dull it, to say nothing about taking it off. Just, oh, let's get that out of there. Geez, even the hooligans just demonstrating. Okay, same thing here. Want a crease here. Crease here. See, the idea is the piece should fall out. If it doesn't, then cut. What is it that is holding? See, that doesn't come out. Why is it holding? There's still a little more bit of the fuzz on there. And then one of these. Now, if you know your creases, you can do your own creases. This is more of a caricature crease, I guess, or a quick crease. I'm sure there's more to it than what I'm showing you. And I need to clean this here. Now, I'm going to move on and get these little boogers don't want to come out. More in the way. Itch. Now we're almost done. We have just a little bit. When we do the hair, we'll get this sleeve in, or the collar in a little bit here. There's still a little bit of twist to it, a little bit of a scoop to it. Now, one thing that I notice, and I don't know if you want to do this, see how this is kind of almost, maybe just take a little bit off, because what's going to happen is you want from the elbow to the shoulder, it goes in. Now, it depends on how baggy you want the shirt. That one is not so bad, but over here, we got too much bag. So get a little bit of that off, be careful. Now we're swinging around, and we do the same thing to the front as we did to the back. This time it's just a little bit wider. And again, we want to clean off the collar while we're here. If you want to, while you're here, you can do the undercut to bring that out. Now, with the cuff coming out, I just want to take this little bit out here. You're going to look at my time there. Oops, did I rip some of the rip some of that out of there? Shoot. I think it's all right. The sleeve there. Now I want to do this to get the sleeve. Now this one here, I think on this side has a little more bulk. So I want to get in towards the hand. Make sure that that's flat, relatively. Careful when we get up there. I'm going to leave that alone. And we want the sleeve to be higher than the shirt or the arm. Now same here, we want to cut this. Be careful. One more rounder. Take some of that puff out of there. Okay, while we're here, what we want to do is same with what we did with the collar. We'll do the sleeve, make that kind of clean that up a bit, and then you do some undercutting. And then we want to get some undercutting here. Be careful. Be careful. Use a flat edge. Then what's going to happen here while we're here, we got the belt. Let's just do that while we're here. Just give it a little belt. A little bit of three-dimensionality to it. If it's too much, then we can come back. A little bit of cleaning up. Okay. Now there's still going to be a lot of cleaning up. I don't want to waste too much time on cleaning up. So what I want to do, what we did was we did the undercut on this side. We'll do the same. Then we'll probably come back. Careful the thumb. We'll probably do some more, but we're just getting started. We'll do some more when we do the hand. Oh boy, that took too much off there, I think. So, all right, okay, I'm gonna click this off for a second. Stop for a second. Let's do a thus far, because then I want to get into the thing is, I have this camera on high res, which takes up space, and it just shuts down automatically, and I don't like that. I'd rather it just keeps going. I think it's his way of saying, oh gee, I must have forgot. And then we do like the same thing on this side. We'll do this. And I'll shut it down so we can get some more time. So I was hoping to get it so it's not interrupted. Let's do a little bit of scooping. And then we'll get to the hand and thumb and Bible. And then come around and do the same on the other side. All right, again, thus far. And the same with the hat. Oh, I thought I'd get a little bit of time. Oh, not as much here. Let's do this quick. I forgot this. Just take the edge off. Make it a little sharper on both sides. And then give a chance to kind of clean the brim a little bit while you got it. All right, we're back. I did fix this video size. Yes, it looks like there's no timer on. Okay, so I think we keep going without worrying about it. Like I just kept, after it shut down, I said, oh, the heck with that, I'll do it. Just like I said, to take the knife and sharpen that. So now we can spend time on the Bible in the hand. All right, we're going to come back and we're going to really use as much as that extra wood here. There's that. Then we're going to commit to taking a little bit of this off. Let's go back to zooming in on a little bit, just a hair here. I'll be careful when you're womping down, like at a place like this, that it doesn't go all the way through. Especially it's the other side. We're going to have to make sure this side we're okay. And take that chip out of there. You got that. I got, oh, there it is. And while I'm at it, let's just take a little bit of that collar off. And so now we started with shaping the Bible, shaping the thumb. Now, like I said, what I want to do, I want to do this right over there, help me, is this is a little bit of a chip here. It goes towards the thumb, goes away from the thumb, and it goes into the Bible a little bit, taken away from it. There. Now you can shape the thumb a little bit. We'll get, like I said, when I do detailing, I have to put the visor on. And now I want to, let's pencil first, is right here. Separate the thumb from the arm there, from the hand there, arm there. We don't want to separate it from the sleeve. I know I can get it. I guess I'm not good at walking and chewing gum at the same time. A little bit of rounding and shaping. I want to put a crease in here. Shadowing that separates the two. And I think it's going to come, let me take a look at it, a little bit like this. Some more out of there. Again, the chip isn't coming out. There you go. Figure out what it isn't instead of taking your knife and try to brush it with the tip. All right. While we're doing the wampin here, I need to that'd be about right. Where's my wampin tool? See if that'll help. Get my wampin tool on there just a little bit. It's like a little bit on one side, but a lot more on the other. Nice sharp wampin tool. There we get. Let me take that off. And I'll spend more time underneath the neck when we start doing the face. All right, I want to come over on the other side, do the same thing here, because I want to get to the fingers, and I think the thing is that the fingers need, I want to do them together. I think the tool does not give you much. That's the thing, the tool that he used does not give you much of a thumb on this side. Much wood. That popped off. Let me clean this a little bit, see if that'll help. All right, let's see the damage here. Pencil in, remember let's do this, this will help. Like I said, a little here, and a little here, and here, and here. That'll help some, but the thumb is too concave and not convex. That's the problem with this. So let's see what we can do. At least we can, and when you paint it, when you paint the hand and you paint that thumb, it'll come out better. But right now, there is not much of, I'm going to use a little bit of that wood there. Now I'll probably come back in while doing detailing or doing cleanup, because it does not give me much. I think if I scoop some more, it'll come out. And of course here will help it come out, but the thing is to do it the best you can and then leave something, and when you paint it, it'll come out. Same with here. I'll come back to it a little later. It needs a lot of farting in this one, because yeah, I think yours is probably be the same because of it is the rough out. I think I need to put the visor on and just give it as much as I can, or the best I can, and hopefully the painting the hand will fix that. Not fix it, but bring it out more so you can see it. Same here. I'm going to go all the way. I'm going to continue with the arm and the sleeve and come back to the hand later. I want to spend time on that hand. A concentration on that hand. While we clean this, same thing on this side. Let's put that buckle in. The buckle. Put the belt in. Pardon me. Be careful of the buckle. Come down on the buckle. I'm trying to get these boogers out of there. Okay, getting back to the sleeve. Well, there's still a little bit of fur on it. Like I said, I'll shape it. What I want to do is get a little undercut here. Well, there's one thing I neglected on the other one. I'll come back to it. And again, we're going to come back to it again when we do the hand, I suppose. Maybe. Is we come back. What I've neglected to do is on this side. I'll fix that. Is this side, not this side, this side just a little bit of a curve. Now, this is what you do in a lot of the collars. Why do I keep calling this collar? A lot of the sleeves is like the shirt comes out and then you bend it back. And so this is the bend, and I'm assuming that's what this is. Whereas on this side, this is like the end of the sleeve. And again, let's take, oops. Clean it. Like I said, I'll clean later. I just want to get so we can get most of it. So now we do some undercut here, and that's going to leave that. Again, we bring this in. Did I do that on the other side? I know I did this on the other side. I just want to take a little bit of a chip right here. Did I do that on this side? Here, there's the elbow. I just put a little chip in there. I want it towards the elbow. Same on this side, just a little bit towards the elbow. I want to, because it is mostly used to round. That's why I put this crease in right away when I do caricatures, is because it helps round the top, round the bottom. How come that ain't coming out of there? There we go. And of course, more cleaning up later. All right. There. Oh, I forgot this. And now I want to start. Oh, excuse me. Oof. Spend time on the hand. So let's shape the hand. Get this off of the Bible. Let that be clean. Clean it. Oops. Now where is this? I want to pencil this in to make sure I don't go carried away. So this comes straight down right there. Same here. Here I might have to clean this and come back on that. I think that's what I got to do. Right there. Get that chip where the hand goes is shorter than the sleeve. There's a little bit of cleaning. Let's get this in. Help prep the hand. I want to go to the other side. And this is still the belt. Let's do the other side here. I think, here, I'm going to clean this. This is what you want to do first, especially when you do hands and feet, is when you got two, here we got two sides, is you clean the smallest. And when the smallest one is done and you're happy with it, then you make the bigger one like the smaller one. That's what it fits. Again, we want to bring this in to the sleeve. Now I think I do need to pencil, take a little bit off here. And it makes sense too, on either side, that this should come in, and watch that thumb. I'm going to cut a little bit here at the hand part, and then come up and cut at the thumb part. It did come out all right, be careful. Again, I take the visor and clean that up nicely. Now let's look this way. I think we get, no, I want to do this because we're going to be working with the hand. We're prepping the hand as well as we're fixing the Bible here. Now the thing I did, I don't know if I did this to your benefit or not, is see how the hands come together, and I put a little, like it's going to say the Holy Bible. There's the O for holy, and then IB. And the reason why I want to do that is so you don't have to paint it in there. Now, the thing you don't want it, well, unless you want to do it, you want to put Holy Bible up here, but it would look kind of goofy if you did that. My opinion, but you can do whatever you want. Oops. All right, let's see. What do we got? We got now let's shape the hand a little bit more here. Watch, get that thumb there when you're putting towards yourself. And you only cut what you want to cut. To prevent yourself from getting cut is to just remember what you want to cut. Just don't put the knife in and then push. You know where it wants to stop, and you think about that. You concentrate on where it's going to stop. Okay, cleaning up a little bit, taking still a little more of those marks off. Same with this here. I could see one hand is going to be bigger than the other. Let's trim this. Good. Now we're prepping the hand. Now I want to, don't forget how I got this. You got the fingers here and the rest of the hand here. It's at an angle instead of just rounding it. So be careful about getting too wacky-hacky there. All right, we're basically, I could probably, if there's any more shaping to do, I'll do that while I'm doing. Now remember, we got here's the thing that we're concerned about when doing the hand. The size of the hand is, remember, he is going to be with her. Now she can have daintier hands than him, but you don't want to have monster hands here and no hands here, or vice versa. So that's what I tried to make the two so that they are relatively the same. And the thing is we might do, because what I did, I might even do it as another video, is to do both faces at the same time, because you don't want to, you get one, you like this one and you go in this one and it's too small or big or whatever. Since this is a rough out, I think we can get away with it. You just watch it. Well, let's do that angle so we can just get one done. Whoops, wrong guy here. All right, while we're doing this, let me widen this a bit. Oops, widen it and let you look at it while I take a little wet the whistle and hope everything is going fine on your end there. All right. And while we're doing, let's just give this a quickie here. I use aluminum oxide is what I use. That's the white powdery stuff. Or I think it's in a bar too. All right, here we go. Hand. Now there's going to be 4 fingers because we got the thumb up here. And the hand is going to come around where some, yeah, okay. So we can have some of the fingers come up. I didn't do it on that one, but I think it's still okay. Center line, oh, I'm sorry, and before we put that in, just at an angle down, just slight angle. Same here, so then here it'd be a slight angle up. Oh, let's get our zoom back in here. Oops, the other way. Okay, let's get the zoom back in. Okay, just looking at the clock there. Make sure it's not past my exercise time. Then you're going to between the two, halfway between the two, at the same angle. Make sure I'm in. Oops, did it again. I did my sketching in there. Let's just get the straight line in. Same here. That's the thing I got to learn is drawing. Oh, and I got to keep going back. And we start with the V. We'll start in the center. I always like to start in the center first. And then when I look and I see, do I have too much wood on one side and not on the other? And that's why I kind of make, this is the time to make the little adjustments. Just, oh geez. I'm not womping. When you're not in the womping stage, I think I may have too little of the index and too much. I think I can just screech down a little bit more here and then towards. I think I can still do some adjustment. Same here, get away from the ring finger, more in the little finger. And let's put this in. Ding, ding, ding. So it's not too shabby. I think what's going to happen, we might thin this out a little more when we're done. Did I put that angle in there? Hopefully I put the, yeah, put an angle in. Same here. Now this, you can get the calipers out to make sure it's perfect. I'll do the index first this time. Middle and index. And don't get towards the middle a little more. Because when you do this, because since there's going to be some roundness of the finger, you can adjust. That's the beauty of this. So I'm pulling towards, whoops, not too much, careful, towards the ring finger, and then now, but I'm going to go straight. Not straight, still at an angle, but I mean a straight line towards the pinky. Same here, boom, boom, and boom. Now we got her started. Again, this is the coarse part of it, and then we'll do the detailing part later, as we just want to put that. Be careful about pushing down. Remember, we want this go over. We're just putting the crease, we'll put some shadow in it. Come back, so it's like about 10 degrees one way, 10 degrees the other. Now you're doing a little at a time because you don't want to whomp down, especially on this side. Whomp down a lot, and then there goes that finger. Same on this time. See, I can, even though it's kind of hacky, because it's going to be rounded. That's going to be rounded. I'll just do that so it isn't too much of a distraction. Same here, about 10 degrees. And that's one good thing about doing this. Like I said, you do both hands at the same time. That's what makes this a little easier for the hand, for a good hand exercise. All right, there's that. Now, I want to do two things at the same time. The index is smaller than the middle finger, of course. Because actually the index is even smaller than the ring finger. Is that right? Yeah. So we're still good here. Make sure I'm still in the camera. Good here. Good here. And then one of these. There we go. Now the middle, we're just going to put a nice little connector. Well, there's going to be more to it. We're just going with the length. The middle is, or the ring is almost good. But I think I'm going to double your work here, as I wasn't paying attention, is the roundness. But I think it's just a matter of getting the feel of how long the fingers are supposed to be and the width. Well, we can see that index is good, or that pinky is going to be, we can separate that pinky, use that, and we're going to use that wood and separate it between the pinky and the ring finger. Now, oops, careful, we don't want, that's when you do that flicking, that's what happens. But oh, unless I did cut that, I'm not sure if I did. I think I did. Okay. Get down in there, get in here, and get here. That should, my favorite word, pop out of there. And see, now we got some more of the front of the book here. Okay, this is the thing that we're wasting. No, I'll do that later. Right now I want to get the pinky. Now the pinky will separate just a little bit, because we might as well use that wood. That's what I did with Mrs. Is I separate that pinky because she's got to hold on to that pumpkin. Okay. Same with on this side. We can do a little bit, just a little bit of separation. And then shaping. Okay, same with the through the index. Now I can't use much of that index. Separating, we don't want to separate. There we go. With this, again, clean up later. I'll get careful with the thumb as we're bringing the index around. Now what I want to do, the next thing is this, is the bending of the fingertips. And what happens is when you bend the fingertips, then your crease goes away. So we're going to do two things at the same time. We're going to do the rounding of the tips while getting that crease back. So a little bit of rounding. A little bit of rounding. And I'll be adjusting later. Just right now, let's get everything set up. Same thing on this side. Let's do that at the same time. rounding. Getting that little, the tips in. I know I was forgetting something. Get the tips in. The tips bent, pardon me. So we can do with this and this, about 20 degrees one way, 20 degrees the other. And some roundness still, I need a little more cleaning there. Okay, the next thing is, now that we did this, now we want to take this off so we're having the fingers round. We don't want it too straight. Same thing here. See which way is the grain. Now we're going to do a little bit of this. Right where there's flat, flat, flat. So we're going to do a little this, a little this, and a little this. Same over here. A little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this. Just a scoop, just a scoop. Getting in there. Right there's one here, one here, one here, one here, then one here. I think we need a little more. Now the hand, now we get a little bit of adjusting and cleaning up. His hands are a little hokey, and that's good for an old man's hand, but we're going to round it and fix it a little during cleanup or fix up. And then you can, now we got this, just a skosh of this. And then we want to bring it round this way and round this way. So the hand is relatively round. Now there's all kinds of things you can do after this. So I like to put a little, just a little, you can do that. Or you can take your V tool and do that. Same with the other side. What did we do? We got the tip in. Oh, did we do this? Did we do this? Yeah, we did this. And then we want to do this. And this. And this. While we're here, let's just do this. And round it this way and this way. And then we put the little, if you do this, it'll bring that a little longer there. So a little here and here, here. Oops, I think it's already in there. Put it in that one. This, scoop, scoop, and scoop. Come back, scoop. And then we go on like this. Better go away from the tips into the hand. As you'll take that tip off. I think this can come down a little more. And of course, there's quite a bit more shaping to do in the detail. And put your visor on sense. And cleaning up, taking. Now the thing is if you goof up and put a little marks in there. Remember, this is going to be, the book is going to be painted black, unless you want it any other color, but it is black. I got one of these. Let's see if this will help. Where did he go? Like I said, yes, I do. I don't know if that helps because it's not too bristly. That's the thing. You'll take of what's laying there, but not what's attached. Okay. Other than getting in there, I don't want to waste my time doing these little picking things, or waste your time rather. Let's figure this out here. The buckle is, I want to even it out. It's on as it is on one side. On the other, now I think I might have the buckle a little too wide. Yeah, the other one I don't. But white, it's like take your pick. No, it's about, yeah, if I were to do this, now what we want to do, this is kind of driving me batty, there we go. This. Can we get a V? I got a smaller V. Where's my smaller, the amount of flex cut V? Where are you? That's not a V. This is a V. Get it started. Don't want to brush off with the tip. That's kind of doing that. And we'll come back as far as shaping. But we put the buckle in. 1, 2, buckle my belt. All right, next going down, like I said, there's quite a bit of this and that. I don't want to, it bugs me a lot when I see this and that. Now I want to take my number 5, or number, I think it's number 3. I gotta lift this up, where are you? There you are. In fact, let's pull this out too. Oh, geez. Bang and bang. And then I'm going to take my number 5, about 25-ish. Just have the light shaking there. And start putting the, let's say, the dents in. Start wide at the bottom. And then narrow as you get up. How much of this can I take off? Not much. Well, a little bit. Putting a little, I think I might need more deeper. That's what I'm missing. Use almost my, oh, where'd you go? Use almost my 25 millimeter on there. Ooh, careful, slow. Slow, we don't want to whack that out of it. I'm just going to clean that. There's still a little bit of a fur there. And I'm going to come back. Let's do a little more to it. There we go. Yep, that's how deep you want to do it, is with your grunt. Yeah. That's why I'm a little worried about that there. That buckle. Like I said, I'm going to do this just to take the pencil off. There we go, getting there. Again, a little more in the detail. Now it's getting closer to the bottom. Cleaning it a little bit. Same with here, just to take some of that out of there. Now this, you can take some kind of a round tool. Let's get that chip out of there. And then we want to do this and separate, sort of V chip. That's the best way to put it. Now you could just put the knife dents in it, or you can take a round tool, take the chip here, round it. When we get to the shoe, I'm sure we get boot, we can fix it. Like I said, I don't want to waste too much of your time doing the cleanup. V2, where are you? Big V, not my little V. Now I want to play with, I don't want to, well, before I get into the legs, let's just commit to the boot. Boot shoe. So now here we go. Let's give it a look-see. I thought I gave it just a quickie, but we'll come back to fixing it. So L tool. In other words, we're against the ankle, away from the boot or shoe. All right, there we go there. So now remember, let's put this pencil in. When we start shaping, it's this kind of thing. It's because see, the knee is supposed to be about here, so the knee comes up, and then it comes in, so the knee bends it just a little bit, and then it comes back like this. So let's start taking this part off just a little bit, trim a little here, and then push it a little bit more towards the boot or shoe. Down towards the boot. I'll call it boot because it's actually a shoe, but let's do the shaping first. So it comes back. Now I want it to go in this way a little bit, so the shoe, so they're supposed to be separated. The legs, are especially at the shoe. But now we're in the back. Now we got here. We push back just a little bit to get the shoe up. Still a little bit of fur here once in a while. I see that, a little bit of fur. So we're just only doing a little bit here, just a little bit to separate the boot, the shoe from the leg, or the stockings actually. See, and then it comes down. Yep. And I'll go down. Down. Well, separate. We'll separate the two legs a little later right now. Just getting this angle in first. And getting the ankle shorter than the boot. Then down. There's a little crease there. Let me get that quick. And of course there will be more shaping later, as long as we get things started here. Now, let's do some separation here. We'll do separation here. And now it's supposed to be thinner, and then it goes up to the calf. Now these are going to stay together. I think that, oh, I do got some air in between. We'll work on that, because we do want it, careful, just dig it a little at a time. Work on the air. Separate the ankle from each other and from the other leg. And that's going to be a lot of work. I'm not going to spend too much time digging and digging and digging. I'm just going to get you started. Same with this side. Now this side, now I do have, since I got the buckle coming up, there's not going to be, I don't think there's going to be too much of air. But let's just start working on the shoe or boot. And we're rounding and we're rounding. I'm going to take some of this off here, careful. And I want to make a twist. Got to twist this up. Use that. You can use a chisel. Because I am thinking, as we're making the ankle shorter or thinner, I think we're going to have to come back with the boot. I think I better work with the ankle here, because that boot looks like a little booty here. Let's do this. Let's see if this will help. Deep, 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 deep down. A little more deeper. And then we're going to scoop this out of here. Careful. But I don't want to make this part too thin, because remember we got a buckle in there. I think I'll just stop there. I got the ankle going here. Same on this side. Bringing that in. And let's bring this back. And you can use a round tool on there if you want. I need to thin this a little bit. There, get a little bit of that. Get a lot of it of this. In fact, I might even want to commit to put the buckle in, because the buckle has a lot of three-dimensionality to it. Thickness. Before I do that, let's do this to the leg. Because we're not going to see, I don't think we're going to see air between and shaping here and there. Oh, here we can do take this out. Take this out. A little bit more roundness. Roundness on here. Take a little bit of that off. But I don't want to take too much off because I want to get into the buckle. And again, we'll get into the detailing later. Now, I think I want to shape this a little bit first, so it doesn't, so I get off too much off track here. Let's do the center line. What's going to happen here is the foot is going to go like this. So the buckle, I'm going to do this at the same time. Let's go off a little bit. Oops, let's get down. Down here more. If I do that too. Okay, I think this buckle is a little smaller, but okay. V, commit. So L tool, in other words, I'm putting the flat to the shoe, to the foot, away from the buckle. Do the same thing here. Same thing here. I'm going to go away from the shoe, or away from the buckle into the shoe with my L tool. Doing this side here. Now comes the paying attention part. Remember, these buckles are away from each other. Again, towards the boot, away from the buckle. Towards the boot, as much as you can, away from the buckle. We can get in there with the knife later. This is just to start moving lumber. Into the boot, away from the buckle. Same here on this side. Oh, I can't get a grab here. Now we could, let's get in here with my V, see if that'll help. Clean a little bit of that out of there. There we go. Because what's going to happen is just going to do a little bit of this to help with the boot. A little bit of this. See, making it like that. This is a little longer. Now we'll just take a little bit of that off. Shaping. Shaping must happen. One is still a little too just cleaning now. Taking quite a bit out. A lot is being taken away with the big knife, and then I'll use the, oh geez, get out of there. Use the little knife to do some detailing. I wanted to do some rounding here, but then there we go. So I'll bring that buckle up more. Same here. See, this has got to come down a little bit more. That That's going to come down a little bit more. All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what we got here. There's a lot of more shaping. Here too. And it's getting kind of in the shaping stage here. Like I said, once we get this in, you can shape things a little bit more. Let's shape the shoe, the bottom, a little bit. And I am thinking that we're getting there as far as the majors of this. It's just a matter of detailing or cleaning up. Now we want the foot to go a little bit this way. We're going to go this way and then this way, just a little bit, so it shows that it's turning out. Let's take that out there so it doesn't distract. And again, more shaping, taking a little bit from here and leaving a lot over there, kind of a thing. So here's what we got. I'm going to get into the buckle here. Now, I don't know if you want to put the strap around. I'm not going to. I'm sure. Oh, did we didn't do it? Yeah, we did that up there. And again, I'm going to take my V just to commit to that opening of the buckle. I'm going to use my little V and just open it, same here, open a little bit. Now comes the hard part. It's going in the wrong direction, but I think we're okay. Just to commit, and then we can get our knife in there. Okay, here I think I'm going to leave it here. It's all a matter of cleaning up. Let's see, does this help? Will this help any? Not much. All right, cleaning up here and there. I want to give you a show here, but I want to give it a good show, or an okay show. You can get in the knife and pull that out, and I think I might get a little more roundness. All right. Let's get in there and get that out of there, and you don't want to come out of there. Anywho, not only that, let's look at this, is that I'm going to take a break because I want to next up is the head and the hair. And there's going to be quite a bit more, fixing and shaping. But I'm going to take a break, and then when we come back, there's the hand. Let's give you a quickie here of the hand. The hat. The back. And there we are. And I guess it'll shut down and take a break. And I'll be back. I had to stop to get my visor here. Let me see, I'll have to see if that's comfortable for me here, which means, and then let's pull it back just a little bit here. There, that's better, and I can see things a little better. And with that, I'm going to use my detail knife. I'll be doing that a lot. I will be doing that a lot. I got to look up to make sure. I'm still in the camera. So I'm just going to be doing a lot of adjusting here and there. On that a little more. With that, I could see I still got some fur right there. Now I could see a lot better. I seem to have lost this spot here on my hair. It's right here. Same with on this side. I still have it. I need more adjusting. Sometimes, especially when I get to the Mrs. face here, I'll probably use the knife and then come back with the round tool. That's what I'm going to do right now. It's one of my smallest round tools. You just come back and take some of the sharpness off. There we go. Get in there. Go back on this side. Okay, that's getting a little better. He's got a little bit of fur in his bottom lip. Yeah, there's still a lot of fur to get off, but it's a good start here. Or start getting close to the end of the mouth. The nose. I need to sharpen the nose a little bit more. Get that fur off in there. Sharpen it a little more. Nostril. Straighten that. Make sure I get a good nostril. There we go. Let's get the eyes in right now. Make sure I got this right. All right, I'm going to take the knife with my pencil mark in there. And again, this is going to be a little difficult. I'm trying to get that light back over here. Is that a little better? There we go. And straight down on the pencil mark. Now you want, if you're right-handed, it start on his right eye, which is the left eye for us, because then you can compare the two. This down a little bit and then come back up. Okay, I think now his eyes might be a little bigger, wider. So we're still in. Those will be kind of almost straight and then come up. Okay, now we're going to round the eye by pressing on the corners. Flip. Press. Oops. Press. Press. Now take that chip out. Take the chip out. Chip out number 3. Chip out number 4. Then we start at the bottom and we go up and round, round, getting up into that, bring that eyelid out. Then we go from the top and we go down, making the top of that eyeball is what sticks out. And rounding it a little more. Still need to take a little more of that top off. Clean up the bottom of the eyelid a little bit while I got the knife. Just going to clean a little bit of that off on the top. So we keep rounding. So other side. Now, if we put this upside down, then we go down onto the top of the eye, and then up to the bottom of the eye. Make a bunch of cuts to make sure I don't hit the bottom eyelid. Round. Take the knife and kind of rounding and cleaning at the same time. Let's take a step back. Let's look at that. I think the right eye, or our right eye, might be a little smaller, but that's okay because one eye is usually bigger than the other. Hopefully I got it. I might have to do a little more detailing or a little more fixing. Oh, let's bring it up here. Now, now I'll take my small tiny V. Is that him? That is not him. There he is. Now he's a younger man than Santa Claus. I'm kind of probably going to do this, especially with the misses. I just want a light eyelid, upper eyelid. And my end hip. There we go. Then we're going to take this little thing out of there like this. Upside down. Now there's a lot of cleaning up that I'd have to do. But generally that's the face. I'm going to get the eyebrow in a little bit because there is a lot of fur that still has to be taken off in there. And cleaning up. Maybe get smaller tools. There's maybe some adjustment on the lip. The lip is probably as good as I want it, with the exception of some adjustments. I need to redefine this. Okay. Let me do, okay, that's what we got so far. Eyes, nose can be some more adjusting. Not bad. Eyebrow. Now when I get that eyebrow, oops, forehead and eyebrow going, is a scoop above the eyebrow and continuing on. So a little better. I think this still could stand. Get the forehead in a little more. And I just want to bring this up a little bit so he's not too angry looking. I think that's right. Now, did I put the crease in? Yes, I did put that crease in. And that crease is by right here. Make sure you're in. We don't want him to look too angry. Let's get out of there. I think we still need a little more here. Again, I'll use this brush here. I don't know if that'll help much. Let's see how that looks. Might be still a little angry looking. Take some of that off at an angle. Keep working those angry eyes out of there. And I have to put this back in. I just took out. The eyebrows is maybe just a little too big. Looks too much like Herman Munster there. It's a matter of just keep working and working. Oops. What if I took too much off there? Oh no, I didn't. Again, I've just got a lot of adjusting here and there. That chip in there, I gotta get out of there. Okay, that is, other than any kind of adjustment I need to do, I can take my little V here. Let's get some eyebrows on him. Now there is quite a bit of adjustment here and there. We're going to work on the hair next. And that would probably conclude with, again, a little extra cleaning up here and fixing there. See that right there. Okay, there's the face. I'm sure there's some adjustment here and there. The nose is still a little, well, just the nose if you want. I just want to put a little youth to his nose. There's that better. Chin should not, no, chin's okay. Chin should not go out too far. All right, let's work on the hair. Now I want to make sure that the hair and the hat line up. More on this side. Does it line up? The hair can be sticking out a little bit, but we don't want it to be sticking out way out like a tiny little clown hat on. Now what we can do, I did get it started to show you on this side, it's just a little shadowing. So it almost shows that the hat and head are two different pieces. See that there? It's a nice shadowing. And there's quite a bit more adjusting here and there. Let's clean this, get the fur off of that. But we'll get there. kind of hard doing this with the light. There we go. See if that'll help. A little bit further. Get it over here. Now I want to do the same at the bottom here. So we want to work at the neck a little bit. Sorry, we forgot the neck. Well, here, let me work the hair a little bit here. Same thing here. Now, even though I'm going to separate the hair from the collar, but I think we might have to redo it again when we start putting the hair in. Let's do this first. Well, we got it started. Now we come up. Now before we go on the hair, let's go on the neck. Here's what's going to happen. Now he's got a collar. Now if he didn't have a collar, if it's a shirt, I think the collar might be in the way to show this. Here's the shoulder right here. And here's the shoulder. And these come together like this. And what happens is this is the deepest part. I think we could probably do that. Just a little bit, I think, but the collar is more stiff. So I'm not gonna, there. But I think that's going to be all right. I want this to come a little straight back. I don't want to have, like I said, he's young. He's not like me, got a gobble wobble underneath there. That's a little bit better. Beautiful neck. Now I want to shape this. I'm going to shape this first because I got to go back up to the temple of the face here and do some separation. Same on this side. All right, I want to separate the hair from the temple and the cheeks. So I'm going to go a little round on the temple, but come out on the cheeks. And of course, you do this at a Santa, do a lot more cheek. But we're going to make this his character kind of more of a happy guy for happy Thanksgiving. And this needs to be more rounded. More rounded this way. Again, adjusting and coming back. And more fur. Now what's going to happen on the neck is you got the jawline. Let's get the jawline in. That's what's lacking in this. Let's do some fur on the cheek there, chin there. All right, same on this side. Now, I gotta clean this first. Oops, I didn't take too much off. Now again here we want the cheek and come in on the temple. Now some rounding. I think the temple needs to be straightened out a little bit there. Now, all I did was use a small round tool. Again, my number 11, about, which is the bigger of the two of these. About my number 7, or number 11, about 7. And just my end. Not as straight up and down. He's almost straight up and down. Just a little some bends. Not careful, I'm getting close to the face here. Then come back. I did remember that I forgot to make the, before I come up on the hair, I forgot to give him a jawline on this side. Okay, let's take those pieces out. Okay, there's still quite a bit of this and that. There's still quite a bit of this and that to do. Let me take my change out of the peepers and into the, there we go. Now, this is about the best I can do for lighting. If I turn it, there we go. There's the head. And again, there's a lot of cleaning and this and thatting. And so take a look at the hat and face. There's a belt, may need a little more rounding. So you got the thumb inside the Bible, in the back of the Bible. And there it is. I did clean this a little bit. It might need a little more cleaning. The feet seem to have more feet. Well, that's because I got this part of the shoe or boot. Okay, that's it. I'm going to come back. I'm going to clean it and then come back and show you. But that's like most of it, or 99% of it, or if I can find anything else I forgot. I'm going to fix the buckle a little bit. It's kind of screwy, but I hope it's straight on. According to when I look at the video, it looks like it's way off. But when I look straight on, it's on. Huh. Interesting optical illusion. There's the buckle, there's the nose. How come it looks like it's off? Yeah, at this angle looks good. Let's see if it looks good at this angle. Why does it? I think it's because the way the angle is here. I mean, it looks good for me. But when I look at the camera, wow, it looks like it's way off. Huh. I don't know. Let's see if it's the same here. Yeah, it's the same here. But when I look at it straight on, it's perfect. Anyways, trust me, it is straight on. Okay, well, there you are. I'll come back with the final whatever, tips or fixes or whatever. And wait till then. Well, I'm back here. I did a little more cleanup. Of course, a little more cleanup. I should just end the video as is because even though I can see there's even more cleanup to do. Yeah, underneath the hat, I'll need to smooth that out more. What I did is accidentally screwed up the, how can I make this so it looks like it's good on the video? Seriously, it looks, the nose to the buckle is perfect, but here on the video, holy smokes. How the heck is that happening? Wow. Anywho, I goofed up and I took a chunk off of the buckle there. There we go. And I tried to fix it. I'll fix it probably a little more. But I'm back because I said I was going to be back, but there's nothing more that I did. But there he is, last shot. Sorry, the camera seems, here, I think that's what the problem is. The camera seems to keep focusing in and out. Doesn't know which to focus onto. Oh boy, I hope that wasn't like that during the video. And even though this thumb here, it is a little flat, but I think when painting it in would be good. This one is good. I guess his machine didn't give me enough wood. But there you have it. Last of the last. And let's get on to and finish Mrs.